And we're back with another video. So we are doing another review of the KV1. So we are also gonna compare it with its other counterparts. In the German line, we have the VK30.01H, and in the American branch of the T1 Heavy. So the KV1 development started at the end of 1938. A prototype was produced in August 1939. The vehicle first saw combat in December of 1939 at the Mannerheim line. The tank was mass-produced from March 1940 through August 1942 with a total of 2,769 vehicles manufactured. For the VK30.01H, an order for development of the vehicle was placed on September 9, 1939. Over the course of its development, Henschel engineers actively used implement on the DW2 project. The first two prototypes were ready in March of 1942. Another two were built by October the same year. Hundreds of prototypes underwent trials at this plant. Proving ground after the trials, two prototypes were converted into heavy tank destroyers. Sixth turret manufactured by the Krupp Company was placed at the Atlantic Wall. Yup, and that's the mistake of Hitler. Hitler wanted to put it in the Atlantic Wall, and he just left the Siegfried Line. But after D-Day, the Siegfried Line was needed a lot of guns, but Hitler all took it out for the Atlantic War. But the Allies just bypassed the Atlantic War, so that is one reason why the Allies broke through from France to Germany with ease. The development of the T1E2 started in the USA in May 1940. The vehicle was designed as a heavy tank. The distinctive features of the vehicle were a cast hull and hydrodynamical transmission. With a double-disc hydraulic converter, later the tank was designated M6, a total of 9 only vehicles, one of which was experimental, were product. The tank never saw action. If it never saw action, then why did they put it in World of Tanks? One thing, I would know why they would not put the T1 Heavy into action. It's just a big tank, and for its size, it's very impractical. So here is the comparison. So here it is. Main characteristics. So first we have, okay, I forgot the names. Okay. So the VK is tier 5, as all of it is tier 5, and all of it as a matchmaking of 5, 6, 7, which is really bad because they might meet tier 7 tanks. So the tank with the cheapest is the KV1 at 390,000 credits, and I think the T1 Heavy should be the cheapest, but it's the most expensive. The KV1 comes at 390,000 credits, the VK comes at 410, and the T1 comes at 435. The hit points of the KV1 is at 590, which is the worst, the VK at 600, and the T1 Heavy at 660. And this is the main reason why the Allies didn't put it to production, because of its price. But it has really high hit points, but it doesn't matter in battle because once you get shot, you're dead. Signal range worst is again the KV1 is always the worst at 360 meters, VK at a whopping 415, and slightly lower at 395 is we have the T1. Speed limit is the lowest, again it's always the worst, KV1 34 kilometers per hour. The T1 is 35.4 and the VK is 35. Speed limit backward is 10 for the VK, 10 for the T1 and KV1, and 35 for the VK. So I would really prefer, just by looking at this, I prefer the VK30.01H. Okay, so where did that go? Okay. Weight is 32 tons for the VK, 47 tons for the KV1, and 58 tons for Mr. T1 Heavy. And okay, so the crew of the VK is commander, gunner, driver, radio operator, loader. For the KV1 is commander, gunner, radio operator, driver, and loader. It's just the same layout as the VK, but what's weird is the T1 has 2 gunners. So the hull armor of the VK is 50 millimeters all around. So that's kinda unfortunate. So the back is just as powerful as the front. And many of you asked me in the comments down below, should you ever get the DW2? Well, one thing I could tell you, the worst tank I ever played was the DW2. It's for a heavy tank, it has really paper armor. So the KV1 has 75 millimeters at the front and rear and 70 at the back. And the T1 Navy has an astounding 95.3 millimeters front, 52.4 side, and 46 at the rear. Turret armor 50. Guys, the VK has 50 millimeters everywhere. The turret, the hull, all around. Wow. And the KV1 is 90 millimeters front, 75 sides and rear for the turret, and wow, Mr. T1 has 101 millimeters for the front, 82.6 for the side and rear. So the engine power is for the T1 is the highest at 700 horsepower, KV1 at 450 horsepower, and the VK at 300 horsepower. Sorry about the text, they're just annoying people texting me right now. The highest horsepower to ton ratio is the T1 11.97, followed by the KV1 at 19.49 horsepower per ton, and the VK is at the lowest at 9.37 horsepower per ton. Traverse speed is 20 degrees per second for Mr. VK and T1 Heavy, and the worst is the KV1 at 18 degrees. For most of this match, like 2/3 of this, it's like the KV1 is worst among all of them in 2/3. Max climbing angle 25 degrees for all of them. Then fire chance all 20%, engine type all gasoline. And yeah guys, so now it's about to be the gun and the gun now. So for the VK, we have 100 and damage for the VK is 110 for AP and heat, and 175 for HE. For the KV1, APCR and AP does 110 hit damage, and HE does 156. The T1 does 110 for AP, 110 for APCR, and 175 for HE. And the penetration is at 43 for the AP, 87 for heat, and 38 for HE for the VK, 102 for the APCR, 86 for the AP, 38 for the HE for the KV1, 101 AP for the T1, 157 millimeters for the T1, and 38 millimeters for the HE. Shell price is 30. Then that's for the VK is 30 for AP, heat is 5 gold, H is 38. Next for KV1, APCR is 6 gold, AP and H is both at 56. So buy AP because they're just the same price. Then T1 Navy is AP cost 56, APCR is 7 gold, and HE is 56. So its DPM is, as you can see here, for AP and heat, the VK, that's 1,833.7. For APCR and AP, the KV1, that's 1,650. For the T1, AP and APCR, that's 1,534. The T1 does the worst. And yeah, for HE, VK, then KV1, then T1, 2917, 2340, and 2441. So its reload time is 3.90 seconds for the VK, 4 seconds for the KV1, and 4.30 seconds for the T1. So the accuracy is 4.46 meters, which is astounding for the KV1 T1 Heavy, and It's 0.55 for the VK, which is slightly inaccurate. All of them aim time is 2.30. Ammo capacity for VK is 100, for T1 is 75, and the KV1 is 114. So let's go. So I'm just going to show you a bit of gameplay, and I'll see you then. And here it is, and here's the battle with the KV1, and yeah, the KV1. So I am guys, look at this. There's a KV1S and a KV2 in front of me. These are all KV tanks. So now we are heading to the ship. Our map is Yamato Harbor. So yeah. And I cut out the audio because for my this episode 101, for my past 100 episodes, the problem was really the audio. The audio was just drowning up my voice. So please put down in the description down below if you want this setup. But without further ado, let's get started. So okay, hopefully there's no tier 6 that just pops out here because I'm still tier 5. Okay, checking every corner. Where are those guys? They're definitely in the open field. Great. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? There's an ARL 44 there. It's popping out, and its health is 1000. Mine is 720, and he has a stronger gun than me, so I can't attack him directly. So yeah. So my plan is to let the other tags take up his health, and when he has health that's low enough, I'm going to start attacking. The ARL's gun is fairly decent, so hopefully. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Leopard. Without the Leopard, I could die because the ARL 44 could kill me in 2 rounds, and I couldn't pen him because he was pushing right towards me. There's this guy which doesn't have the best armor ever. Okay guys, so don't forget guys to drop a big thumbs up for this video and a subscribe. Thank you so much you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. This here guys, I fairly like the KV1. I did 6 battles with the KV1. I meant 7 battles. In my 7 battles, I have 4 victories and 3 defeats, and that is my highest victory ratio ever, of 4 victories and 3 defeats. So see you later guys.